What's up guys, stay tuned to find out how you can lose fat in the new year and get the body you've always wanted. Here are my 7 tips to help you get lean in 2020, and trust me, you're going to want to watch to the end because the last one I believe is key in you being able to reach your optimal weight and body fat. For those of you who have followed me over the last few years, you'll know I like to include bodyweight training in my own workouts. In fact, I would say around 70% of my own training is bodyweight based. Whether that's calisthenics moves, or the obstacle training I do. And that to me is still lifting weight, the weight being my own body weight. When I qualified as a personal trainer some 16, nearly 17 years ago, and I started lifting weights, my body fat percentage has been consistently under 10%. In the early days, I used to follow more of a bodybuilding split routine with around about 80 to 90% of my own training coming from lifting free weights. Point being is when you lift weights or body weight, you stress all the major muscles of the body with the right program, of course. This means not only do you get a pretty decent calorie burn during the workout, you also get a high calorie burn after, which is what this video is all about. Well worked muscles with good muscle tone require constant energy. So muscles in good condition are like our own inbuilt fat burners. And that's not to mention all the other benefits strength training gives you. Now there might be some debate over this one these days, what with a lot of people advocating 1 meal a day or prolonged periods of fasting, etc. But for me, the method of eating little and often has worked for years, and I'll explain why I think that is, without going too much into the science, but instead the psychology behind it. I first decided I was going to adopt this approach after learning about anabolism and catabolism. I would aim to eat every 4 hours, and I'd make sure I'd include protein in every meal I ate. This meant I had to plan my meals. Or at least in the beginning I did. Now I don't have to plan my meals so much as it's programmed in, so I have to think less about it other than making sure that I've got the food available. Having your meals planned means you're less likely to deviate away from this and less likely to make bad choices when you're hungry and go for convenience foods. So it gets you into good habits and gets you into the mindset of working towards achieving a goal, and it gets you to exercise discipline. If you'd like to know what I eat daily, then please check out the video in the top left hand corner now, so you can see the vlog that I did on a typical daily intake for me. You're going to need plenty of water. When dehydration occurs, the body cannot function properly, and this includes getting energy from fat stores and food. It is a crucial nutrient, and without it we could only survive a few days. It helps transport oxygen and nutrients to the cells and is vital in the removal of waste products. For many people, thirst or dehydration is confused for hunger and therefore can lead to poor food choices or overeating. So try to create the habit of having water easily accessible to you. You can do this by always carrying a bottle around with you, like I do. And this applies whether you're vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian or carnivore. Try to eat foods that have had less done to them. Meat, fish, fruit, vegetables in the most purest form. This is one reason why buying local produce is a good idea. Highly processed foods can be more difficult for the body to digest, which places more stress on the digestive system. If the food mainly consists of carbohydrates, then highly processing the food can also increase the GI. Check out the video I did recently about high GI foods to find out more. Right, this one is a huge misconception for people to think that they should adopt a low-fat diet when embarking on a fat loss journey. Sounds counterintuitive for me to say make sure you consume plenty of good fats. It is true that 1 gram of fat contains more calories when compared to carbohydrates and protein. With that in mind, it's important not to overeat, but it's worth knowing fat plays an important role in regulating the body's hormones, and vital nutrients will be lacking if these fatty acids are not present in the diet. Recent studies even show that saturated fat, demonized for years, might not be as bad as we all first thought. For example, coconut oil, which is considered to be a healthy food, is around 90% saturated fat. And these studies show that a regular intake can actually improve cholesterol levels. Omega-3s are probably the fatty acid most people would have heard of. These fats help to maintain the blood vessels, the immune system and the endocrine system, which is important when it comes to being lean, and stay tuned to find out why a bit later. The fats to avoid or limit would be trans or man-made unnatural fats. It's also worth knowing that the human brain is around 60% fat, so anyone who considers having a healthy brain important, then make sure you get your good fats. Are you getting enough? Sleep, rest and recovery are vitally important if your goals are to improve body composition. This is because they play a big role in regulating the body's hormones, and hormones are extremely important in how the body stores fat. Lack of sleep, for example, can lead to higher cortisol levels, which in turn can lead to extra body fat storage, especially in the abdominal region. Overtraining can also lead to more cortisol as a result of being overstressed. So it's important to recognise when your body needs to rest, and then you need to be disciplined enough to allow your body to recover. It's all about getting the balance right, so when you do need to perform, your body is in good condition to do so. This last one will tie everything together nicely. I always say if you're as healthy as you can be, then you'll look as good as you can. But more importantly, enjoy your health, be grateful for it. If you apply these tips, not only will your body and mind be more adept at dealing with stress, you'll be more likely to reach your optimal body fat. And when you partake in your daily or weekly rituals that you don't necessarily want to do so knowing you're doing what's good for your health and for you. If you're constantly worried about the way you look, then that may cause anxiety. Instead, if you focus on health, then you'll be happier. And after all, happiness is part of health. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, check out the rest of my channel and consider subscribing. And I'll see you very soon on the next video. Stay healthy.